So 2018, like every year now, is filled to the brim with huge franchise blockbusters that are bound to make a ton of money. So today I thought it could be fun to predict which 10 films will make the most money next year. And this year, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit by also adding how much I think each film will make, so I can look even stupider if it ends up being wrong. Also, just so you know, I'm talking worldwide grosses here, not domestic ones. Alright, with all that said, let's get into it. Kicking off the list at number 10 is Mission Impossible 6, $680 million. These movies, after so many years, are somehow more popular than ever, with the last two being both critical and commercial hits. So with the sixth film, I'm pretty sure it'll follow suit. Tom Cruise is a little hit or miss with the box office these days, but this franchise has been pretty stable for him. Plus, people just like spy films. They have for a while, and these days, they're as big as ever. So this isn't going to be the biggest event of the year, but in the top 10, yeah, I can see that. Also, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to go see this just to see how glorious that Cavill stash really looks in the actual film in the end. Now at number 9, I've got Aquaman, $730 million. So the DCEU is, well, it is what it is. And Justice League in the end wasn't the surefire hit that I at least thought it was going to be. But I'm pretty sure Aquaman is going to be another Wonder Woman situation. Or maybe not, to that extent, but somewhere around there. James Wan makes pretty good films, and he seems to have had a relatively smooth production on this one. Aquaman was also pretty well received by most people in Justice League. And don't forget, despite some exceptions, superhero movies in general make a lot of money. So with all that put together, I think this could be a pretty good success for DC. At number 8, I have Black Panther, $750 million. The MCU solo movies tend to hit around the $600-700 million range, and with how good Black Panther looks, I'm guessing it'll be in the upper part of that range. I mean, there's not much to say for this. Like I just said, superhero movies just generally make a lot of money, and MCU movies generally make a lot of money, and this is a character that people really like, so yeah, a lot of money. Marvel's on a winning streak of about 10 years now, and it doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. Now coming in at number 7 is the only R-rated film on my list, Deadpool 2, $800 million. Deadpool was obviously a massive breakout surprise that caught most people off guard, and the sequel seems to be the next logical progression of that. The marketing so far has been a huge hit online, and because most people loved the first, I imagine the audience for this type of superhero film has grown even larger. Now, there's some speculation that this could be the first R-rated film to make $1 billion. I don't know about that. I'd say it would have to be insanely great for that to happen. And hey, by the looks of things, it might be. But I just don't think Deadpool is going to have that kind of mainstream crossover appeal. Still, I think it'll do really well. For my number 6, I have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, $840 million. Say what you will about Illumination's films quality-wise, but they undeniably make a ton of money. From marketing to style to everything, they're just really successful. And this film is probably going to follow that trend. Not only that, but it's also coming out around Christmas time, and the Grinch story is one of the most iconic Christmas stories ever. So yeah, this is pretty perfectly positioned for families to see many times over. Coming in at number 5 is Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, $860 million. The first Fantastic Beasts wasn't a huge standout in the Harry Potter series, but just for a movie, it did quite well. So with the sequel stepping things up in a big way, I'm thinking the numbers are going to be even bigger. Adding one of the biggest plot points of the Harry Potter universe, young Dumbledore fighting Grindelwald, basically Wizard Hitler, sounds like an amazing concept that I think a lot of people, fans and non-fans alike, are going to be curious to see. Despite any controversy around this film, specifically a certain cast member who shall remain nameless, but not faceless, I think this is going to do great business as a setup for potentially even bigger things to come. At the number 4 spot, I've got Solo, A Star Wars Story, $890 million. Each of the new Star Wars films has made $1 billion. I mean, I'm recording this before The Last Jedi has even come out, but I'm pretty confident in saying it's going to cross that. I don't know if this will make it quite there though, but it's definitely still going to be pretty huge. I mean, the only reason this isn't higher is that there's been so much talk of how this production has been not the cleanest in the world, and really, I feel like the movie may end up being good, but not anything very unique, just kind of standard, which I don't think is something people are going to go out to see again and again. But on the other hand, it is Star Wars, and it's got one of, if not the most popular character of the entire saga at the forefront. Plus, it's got a great cast, and who knows, maybe it will end up being really good. I just really wish Lord and Miller would have stayed on, but now that's getting more personal. So some of you might say I'm crazy for not putting this higher, but I'm sticking with number 4. Now coming in at number 3 is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, $900 million. This was my number 2 originally, but after that trailer came out, I had to move it down. I mean, it's still gonna make loads of money. The last one was huge, but that one was also riding off the nostalgia of the first and the return to this world, while the sequel doesn't really have that as much. Plus, I know a lot of people loved it, but that trailer makes this look a lot like Transformers mixed with a little Fast and Furious with dinosaurs. And while I'm interested to see this go in a different direction, well, in some ways, I don't think this will be that critically well received, and so will make less than the first one. Still, just based on how strong this franchise has been before, and the Chris Pratt factor, I think this will be in the top 5. At number 2 is The Incredibles 2, $1 billion. Now, looking at Finding Dory's success, I'm guessing this will be a similar story. The first Incredibles movie is one of the classic Pixar films that almost everyone loves. So not only kids are going to go see this, but people who saw the original growing up and are now adults are also going to go see it. The buzz around this film has been building for so long. People have wanted this sequel for years, and now that it's finally here, I imagine people are going to go out in droves. Even without the franchise factor, Pixar nearly always makes a ton of money, so adding on the fact that this is the follow-up to a beloved first film makes this pretty much a guaranteed smash, and a potential billion-dollar club contender. So before I reveal my number 1, which you totally haven't guessed by now, here are some other films that maybe could creep into the top 10 next year. Ready Player One, Spielberg film, trailers look promising. Hotel Transylvania 3, these movies have been making more and more, so who knows. Wreck-It Ralph 2, first one didn't do amazing business, but since then it's become a bit of a huge hit, plus the fact that it's Disney. Mamma Mia 2, the first one made $600 million, somehow. Either this will be huge, or it'll be like a Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. Bumblebee, Transformers movies, they do well. Mary Poppins Returns, first one's a classic, if this is good, it could really take off. Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's Marvel. Venom, could be a Deadpool-type surprise. And Halloween, I doubt this will make it, but it proved that horror films can really come out of nowhere and be massive at the box office, and so far, this one seems to have quite a lot of hype around it. So, who knows. And number 1 is, of course, Avengers Infinity War, $1.5 billion. I mean, sometimes there are movies that pass the MCU movies for the number 1 spot, for whatever reason, but this time, I would be incredibly surprised if this isn't at the top. It's the climax of everything in the MCU. All these characters coming together, everyone's favorites. Plus, it's probably going to be great. I just don't think there's anyone who's going to be like, oh, Infinity War's out? I'll skip it. The hype has been building for years, and somehow got even bigger after that trailer. And also, I can really imagine Marvel fans especially, seeing this many, many times over. I'll probably be seeing it more than once in the cinema. So yeah, for obvious reasons, I think Avengers 3 is the film that's going to make the most money in 2018. So, those are my predictions for next year's box office. What do you think of my list? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, check out my Instagram and Twitter at BHL_Hudson, check out this podcast about movies and TV and whatnot I do every other Friday with a friend of mine, it's called the Poorly Planned Podcast, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.